Hello everyone, how you doing out there in TV and internet airwave land? This is the Lois and Lamar Show, often duplicated but never reciprocated and never ever created the right way. Today, we have basically a new guest. Introduce yourself, sir.
Jose Claudio.
Jose Claudio, what do you do?
Do computer repairs and acting.
Computer repairs and acting?
Yes, sir.
Next man, speak for yourself. What's your name? Tell them what you do.
I'm Chris Hampton. I'm also known as Champ I Am. I'm a motivational leadership speaker.
All right. Now that we got that out the way. Gentlemen, and of course we have the wonderful Lois. Say
Hello,
hi,
everyone.
Lois. All right, you see that, right? All right, ain't she so beautiful with the long hair and stuff? All right. Now, let's begin this how we always do. We always start this off with questions, and we always want to know about our people. Sir,
Yes.
you have the stage now.
Yes.
I would love to hear everything about you. Tell me where you started. What are you about?
Believe it or not, I was walking in the city. A young woman came to me and stated if I had a video reel. I didn't. She created one for me. And believe it or not, I got one of my first gigs for Discovery ID. And then after that, I had the wonderful opportunity to be casted for a movie called Love Like This from
Oh.
Yvonne Brown.
Oh, I remember that movie. I definitely remember that movie. Very, very good one. Tell me, like, what really wanted you to become an actor? Like, you know, what's your base point? Where you coming from?
It was an ambition I always wanted to do since a young kid. Anywhere I went to when I came to the United States from Puerto Rico.
Oh, you're from Puerto Rico?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm from Puerto Rico, Naguabo, Puerto Rico. And people just wanted money, and I didn't think that's how it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so I put that on the back burner until I had that opportunity from a casting director, which created my video reel, and been doing it ever since.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And you know what? I will say, whoever does persist on getting what you want, especially in acting, you can accomplish it. Just, you know, put your mind and your body to it.
No matter how long it takes, right?
Nope.
You know, and that's the one thing that a lot of people don't realize. It doesn't happen overnight.
Correct. And you need that ambition to do it.
There's a lot of people that are, you know, our big A-lister actors out there. They're doing their thing. It took them, matter of fact, almost 10 or more years.
Or they've been doing it since childhood.
Yes, and then they finally got that one movie.
That's
Now,
straight up to stardom.
now we know who they are.
Yeah.
And that's when they finally become visible.
You don't realize that hustle is not, like we always talk about, we celebrate the successes of people, and you see them when they hit the ride, but you don't see that hustle that they were doing
Correct.
in the years they
Yeah.
were doing, putting it in there.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because they'll see you when you had that big movie, but they didn't see you when you were doing plays working at Walmart.
Right.
They didn't see that.
There was multiple jobs to hustle.
Or them little small internet movies that's all out on Amazon and everywhere. You've been doing it, but
I'm smaller fingers in my circle, but that's what you have to do. They don't see you at the end, and I mean, it's the work that you put in that makes that difference. How long have you been working on your craft as an actor?
6 years.
But you said 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay, and then as an actor, you also said that you had those other jobs that you've done. Explain why it's necessary to have those other jobs. And
Well,
that
just
attributes your
to
success.
fall back
Very
on,
important,
because
very
number
important.
one, I did graduate with computer science, and I mean, we all have to eat. And believe it or not, even getting into acting, one thing that people gets discouraged by, and they shouldn't, is when they don't pick you for a role. And believe it or not, you know how many A-listers out there have gone on auditions and don't even hit anything.
Right.
Look at the young lady, the one that played Rose in Titanic. She went on maybe 20 auditions for different movies. Nobody picked her. And I think she was doing that for years. You know, don't get discouraged. You know, if you get discouraged, then you lose to yourself. Just keep on. Something will hit, or even if you have to learn a bit more, get coaching. But if your ambition is that intense, you'll get anything.
And I think I think I said something like that earlier today. I was talking to somebody, and they were talking about, you know, they're finally arriving, but they were working the other jobs. And I said I work on purpose for a purpose. So my job is actually paying for my work. So you know, it's good to know that your purpose is, you have a purpose in acting, and that's what you're working to. But there's no shame in doing the legal hustles.
No.
Like,
I mean, a lot
Not at all.
of A-listers, again, you know, started living in the car. And again, look at Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
He lived in his car. He sold his dog for $25.
Yes.
And he came up with the script for Rocky. He persisted. He wanted to be, the lead. They didn't want to do it. They wanted to give him more money. And, he got what he wanted. He even tried paying, I think it was like $10,000 for the dog. Yeah, you have to. If you don't do it, you're not going to be able to, to become an actor.
Jose, not to change the subject. You're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You are the owner of JC Computer Consulting.
Correct.
How's that business?
I've had it for 33 years.
Business is
Wow.
And to believe it or not, I started working for a company back in the day, 1986, where they were paying me $20 an hour. And what's funny is I went to the owner's office and I saw he rented me out, or he was getting $300 an hour. And I got disappointed. And I said, you know what? I don't need you. You need me. And I ended up opening up my own business. Let me make the money. And it worked out beautifully.
Straight like that.
Which one do you like the most? The acting or the computer consultant?
My passion is the computer because I'm that good at it. But acting is where I can demonstrate me in different ways.
Acting is something I think we all have a love for because it brings out the best of us.
Yeah.
But as they said previously, people don't know the struggle and the pain that we had to do to get where we are as actors and actresses. The journey's rough. It's not easy. And you have a lot of disappointment along the way, but you have to stay focused and you have to stay in the game.
Yep.
Because the end is always going to be better than the beginning. So
And we still go through the struggle.
we still go through the struggle. It's always going to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
But you do meet great people. Chi
You meet
McBride,
great people.
Alfred
Yes, you
Molina.
do. Yes.
Chris
Jose
Hampton.
Claudio.
Yeah, that's it.
But what would you recommend for people that are getting into the industries? What are some of the things that they can, some of the bumps that they can avoid?
Actually, believe it or not, I would accept the bumps just because it makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it's possible that you can start and be perfect at everything. Because if you fall and crash, it's going to hurt you mentally and psychologically. I would recommend, well, I'm not going to say recommend, but you should always, have in the back of your mind that you might fail.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Just do better. That's how we
That's the
all
key word,
progress.
Better. Better. It's always better.
Yeah,
You need
very, very
failure
true.
to succeed.
exactly.
Failure is part of success. You have to fail at something. Everything can't be perfect. Something has to boom out, and then you can rise up over that and get to that target point where you're headed at.
So, like, one of the things I would say, like I used to say, is that failure is a part of the process as well, and usually it's something that's wrong in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not the failure, and I think that you have to, as an actor, if you might not get that interview, you have to look at yourself. Okay, yeah, I might have did something, but I'm not a failure.
Correct.
There might be something wrong in what I did or how I present the character, or I might not have been what the director was looking for.
Correct.
But
Mhm.
don't throw yourself away
Right.
because you think
Right.
that you're a failure because you're not
You're
getting
not.
those
That was
interviews
not
Correct.
for
there.
you.
That's
Oh,
a problem in the
That's not for
process,
you.
not the problem in you. So
Right.
don't make it
Oh
personal.
yeah.
And again, believe it
Oh,
or
yeah.
not,
Oh,
for
yeah.
Love Like This, I think if I recall right, they wanted me for a mechanic. They did.
Yeah.
But now because I had a raspy voice, I ended up with one of almost the lead role or supporting role of Chi.
And glad to see that because our whole entire movie, I don't remember the mechanic role.
You're right.
So
Yeah,
I might have had
no mechanic in there.
I might have had 10 seconds of airtime and that's it.
So you just like me had him rewrite a special part
Mhm.
just for you.
Correct.
Mhm.
Hey, I was happy.
Yeah, then you got to shine more than normally you would have.
Correct. That's why I said, I mean, I've had failures and that got me into Love Like This.
And we were talking earlier about your comfort zone. That was a 2-hour ride.
2.5.
2.5 hour ride from
Always
where
there.
you live to where you are.
Always there.
So
Always.
getting
Oh,
out of your
man.
comfort zone, could you imagine and having the same dedication to being the mechanic role You would have still had to ride 2.5 hours for a mechanic role, but it just lucked out that because you showed up for the mechanic role, you ended up getting a lead role,
Correct.
and now you rode 2 hours. You had to get out of your comfort zone.
And believe it or not,
yeah,
if I
yeah.
recall right, I came up here maybe 20 times.
Oh,
That whole
wow.
summer, we
And it's
lived-
called dedication.
We lived in that little house that
Yeah.
whole summer on 36th Street. We literally lived there from 8 o'clock in the morning till almost midnight,
Yeah.
sometimes at night.
Yeah, one thing about it is, if you choose actor's life, there's going to be times where you may have to drive like 2 or 3 hours, and that's for anyone out there. If you want to do this, when you're seeing these films and these TV shows are not being shot around the corner. A lot of them aren't even shot in your own city. You have to travel, I don't know, 100, 200 miles maximum or more, depending on where you're going. So, and that may just be for maybe a small role that could lead to bigger things, or it might just be just for an audition that you'll never get. But that's the whole name of the game. So if you can't deal with that part, there's no point in jumping in this game because it takes resiliency. A master is a person who has failed way more times than you. So without that failure coming in, you can never be a master of your craft. So come in it ready to fail, come in it ready to spend some money because you got to pay to play, and that's everything in life. So, keep that going on. And of course, all of you guys know that. I know that. I've driven, Jesus, like.
But that was what we were talking about, and not to say that the paid ones are great, but we were talking earlier as well about your experience. You've done some free movies as well as doing.
Well, just to get noticed.
And I understand that too because as a speaker, when I first started to speak, I've done a lot of free things. They thought free was my actual price. And but talk about making that transition from being a free actor and what you learned from that. Like, what did you learn anything from the free ones,
The Rocky
Correct.
as well as the paid ones?
How did it motivate people?
Yes.
You learn, but it also allows you the free stuff to get that experience that you need. And it allows you to build a heck of a bio. A heck of a bio. You should, after doing it free for 4 or 5 years, you should have a bio that is astonishing.
Well, let's not go
As
4 or 5
long
years.
as-
But
As long as, the growth and all that comes along with it.
sure, I mean, if you need to take that long to succeed to where you want to be or to start, yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to pay your dues first. I tell everyone, pay your dues. If you have no footage, you have no resume, then unfortunately you can't go for those bigger roles
Correct.
because you don't have anything behind you. If I just walked up to you in the streets and says, listen, if you hire me to do this, I promise you I'll make your money back. You never met me at all. You just happened to see me get off the train station. You're not going to do that. But if you know me, and you see what I've been doing, and you can watch me for a while, and you say I actually have something, you'll take that in consideration.
Oh, sure.
Like, you know what? Maybe I will. Give me a call. But without it, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Jose, what was that transition? You did 2 free ones, and then the rest of them you've been paid from that time.
Well, yeah.
Yo, yeah, tell me about
So
that.
how make that transition?
Well-
Because Love Like This was actually Love Like This was a freebie, right?
Yeah, sure. That and Discovery ID.
Right.
But then there was another one which is called Addiction, or if I recall right, they did change where Chance Spencer was in, Ian Harding from Pretty Little Liars, and Ivana Lynch from Harry Potter, where actually I was detective to the lead detective, which is Chance Spencer from Twilight,
Nice.
where, I mean, I was offered, to get paid and get my credit, on the screen, which is what I really wanted most. But that is what determines, what I did, and I'm no longer a uncredited actor. Which, if you do so much extra work or things that are uncredited, that's how they'll consider you
Right.
as an extra actor, and they won't take you serious. Just don't accept anything that's free after, and demonstrate to them that you should get paid.
So you build up to that SAG? Is that what it was?
Well, you start getting Taft Harley, or even if it's non-union work, but you could still get credit, where your name is on there in lights.
And IMDb.
Yeah, and IMDb, and you can build up, all your credits from there. And you have something, at least like a resume, to show the directors.
It's a great thing to know because I'm not a full-time actor. So it's one of the things where I can't act, but I'm not a full-time actor. But I said, hey, I have an IMDb credit. Man, it's something to say that, hey,
it's more than what other people have.
Right, that has on there. I didn't even know I had it until someone told me about it. So
you never even know. You
That's
type your
your
name of
first
IMDb,
step.
like, oh damn, it is there.
I gotta make sure I link my picture with my name. But
That's
Yeah, you gotta link the picture up there. So you're like, okay, I got this. Especially when you
It's not
start.
the white guy
lights.
named Chris.
Trust me, I understand.
So
what you're saying.
what's in the future?
I'm still doing my work. I'm on getting extra leads at my craft of computer repair, and there's a couple things I cannot mention the names, but I am going to be a lead in a. Let me see, how do I say this properly? For a strip club. I'll be the owner, where I'm going to have fun in all different ways. And the thing is, I mean, reading the script, it's awesome. And that's going to be my main lead role, where it'll be most likely a TV show,
Okay.
which would be reoccurring.
I mean,
you
you don't
know,
know what that means.
Yeah. And as long as I do as I demonstrate, that I've been demonstrating, it's going to be awesome. And I hope everybody will get to see me on TV.
And it finally pays off.
Oh,
for you.
definitely.
So that's, I mean, and I didn't realize how much they make from one episode.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like, oh, I must, you know,
Oh yeah,
must
like
do better.
yeah, that one episode, like
I must do better.
That's a half a year salary right there for the regular
Yeah,
person.
too big or not to be, yeah.
You got no gap in your circle, so you come on here with us.
Hey, are you in the union or are you
No,
still
not
not?
yet.
No,
Just
Okay.
because if I did, they actually want you to get more roles.
Mhm.
And I'm still in computers where it's pretty lucrative.
Okay.
So, and until something solid comes in, then I'll, try to transition into the acting part.
Oh yeah, because that's definitely you're going to come to that gate sooner or
Oh,
later.
yeah.
When you come to the union, sooner or later, you have to walk through that gate.
Yeah, I have no problem. I mean, if the work is going to come through, or if I'm starting on that lead role, where I know it's going to benefit me, just because there's a difference in rate.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll definitely do it.
yeah.
But
'cause-
I'll wait until I have that piece of paper for me to sign.
Good.
oh yeah, yeah. Once it's time, you have everything that you need under. You have your films, you have the roles, you have them on IMDb, you have supporting and leads, and once you're in that category for a lot, then you're part of the top contenders. Then
Hey, then I'll work it.
yeah, you will be part of the top contenders then. And like for anyone else, like if there's a lot of different actors out there, that's just trying to do their thing, and you coming from computer repair, think about it. There's a lot of people that think they gotta come straight from Hollywood training or straight from the womb of it to do this. You
Or
come
a family member.
or a family member. You're coming from computer repair, a whole different field.
Yeah.
So for all those people out there, there's actors in Walmart. There's actors in ShopRite. There's actors over that I met working in bars. Because I worked at a bar. I met a lot of them. And for the people that are doing the regular jobs, what can you really tell them how they can start off from where they're at? Because I know where they are. Because I was there at one point too. It's so far removed from what you would consider your hopes and your dreams.
Well, there is a couple sites, like an example, New York Casting and Backstage. And what's great about it, it'll tell you what they're looking for. It's a very minimal amount to pay for what you get.
Okay.
I will definitely advise, do not go to places that will ask you to get headshots using their photographers for $1,000. Or you got to give them $500 up front and pay a $40 a month, to put your picture in the database.
On the website.
Those
yes.
are the biggest scams ever.
Oh yeah, educate them. Let them know. They
I mean,
do
please
exist.
do not do that. That'll be your biggest mistake. Some people will go and fight. Oh no, they got work for my daughter. Okay, they maybe got one thing, but you would invest maybe $4,000 or $5,000 to get a $200 contract.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Do Backstage, New York Casting, and there is many others. Which maybe can go from $80 to $100 a year. It's a good amount to invest at the
Not bad.
beginning. And at the same time, it tells you what they're looking for. You put a picture on there. They might actually send you a request to come in. Because again, the director is seeing what they want, and hopefully if you could fulfill, you'll be casted. But do it that way. Do not do it by using another agency and that you got to pay them.
It's the same thing that they usually do for models. That's the same advice.
Yeah, correct. Philomena
Yeah.
in Philadelphia, they do the same thing.
Mhm.
They charge you an arm and a leg. They promise you the world. Oh, you know what? We think we could work with you and we'll get this done. It's a lie. I mean, whoever tells you otherwise, and you know what? They'll get people, they'll hire them and say, oh no, my family member has been doing this, that, and I've made tons of money. Show me.
But the one thing.
And they won't.
Don't need it.
The one thing about a model is she does not need training. And you have modeling schools out there who charge an astronomical amount of money to train these girls. And I'm a professional model. I trained models. I specialized in European modeling. I specialized in high fashion modeling. I specialized in makeup and nails and skin care and exercise and all that stuff. And then I watched them take the corner on the runway. That's what that woman charged her all that money for, to get out there and look a hot mess on that runway.
Wow.
They got
don't
paid.
need training. They need a walking technique. It's very simple. And once they get the walking technique, the rest of it comes natural.
That sounds real personal.
I was in that world all my life, so I know.
It felt like we hit a nerve, right?
I know.
Oh, you gotta let them know,
I'm your worst critic.
Uh-huh.
I don't go to fashion shows. I'm your worst critic at a fashion show because I see a lot of mistakes out there on that runway.
And you
it
do
just
see it.
bothers me
Yeah.
because, oh, my daughter went here. Oh, my daughter went there. And I'm thinking, oh, God, I wish they'd give you back your money. You know? So, it's all kind of, you have to know.
And those are the mistakes I was trying to say, the bumps in the road that I was trying to allude to earlier, that, we those are unnecessary bumps. You had experience out, but that's an unnecessary bump, an unnecessary loss that you might not have had.
That's right.
To
Lost
avoid.
money,
So
can't
thank
get
you
it
to
back.
both for that, that clearing that up.
Actually, to give you a good example, I know two people that went to Juilliard. They're paying $250,000. One of them did a commercial, I think got $800 for it. The other one still didn't get anything. And me not going to Juilliard, I got 13 credits. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
You didn't pay no money
No, what?
because money talks.
Well, people have that
They paid
illusion.
money to get some training, and you would go down that same avenue, so,
Yeah, but again, people have
That's
that
important to them.
illusion that if you pay, you'll get
Their name
A-listed.
behind
Or
you.
opportunities.
You'll
Yeah,
get
you
their
will.
name behind you, but they're not
It's just for the
guaranteeing you anything in that profession, except for, I went to that person's school.
I mean, even Robin Williams stated at his show live at the Met, he went to Juilliard and, for 3 years, and that didn't get him anything. He did everything else, because of him. He didn't go in because of Juilliard. And he still didn't do anything.
If you got it or you don't, people.
Yeah.
You don't need all of this. All the top actors, half of them didn't go to all these grand schools
You're right.
and all that type of stuff. That's all game.
I mean, there are certain places that do help you as workshops. I can't remember his name, but he has many locations in New York, Chicago. And again, if I recall right, when I asked for it, it was $600 for, I think, like 4 months. Which, and he's highly recommended throughout the movie scene. That again is another thing. It's kind of coaching, which that's where you will get educated on how to do things. Again, it's not costing you every month. It's a one-time deal. He's highly recommended.
It's tune-up. It's a tune-up.
But he does show you properly how to do things, how not to. That's another way if you want to invest. And again, if they want, I'll try to find the name and post it somewhere. But he's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. See, there's going to be a lot of people who came from that world that's going to be following you.
Yeah.
Because they're coming from the same base point. If there's any way people can reach you, definitely let the people know.
Yeah, sure.
Any Facebooks, any websites, anything you could be contacted, especially for anyone that wants to work with you and directors. Tell the people, audience.
Well, you can find me on Jose Claudio on imdb.com. It's very simple, to figure. I mean, there you can communicate with me anytime. There is links.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
Are you on Twitter?
No.
Instagram?
Nah.
Tumblr?
No.
Just IMBD
IMDb and Facebook.
and Facebook.
Yeah, we don't need a whole bunch of them. Like it's
Yeah,
hard to
no,
keep it up with one or two.
yeah,
of them, right?
exactly.
Like,
And now you're on the Lois and Lamar TV talk show.
Hey,
And that's what we do. We like to make people like you
thank you.
hands to rising stars. And we like to make your journey our journey.
Well, thank you.
And you did just what we wanted you to do. You came on and you shared your journey with our audience.
I appreciate
And
that.
We're happy to have you here and so happy that you could come.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Always.
of course, man.
I'll
Every
see
time.
each other again.
Always. Hope so.
We're all actors, of course. We're going to see each other again. You already know how this is. I'll be somewhere, then you'll be there.
It's my
too.
third time seeing you.
Well, I'll be
Exactly. And I'll be somewhere, and I'll see you in the back. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We'll be in craft.
Or you'll see me getting shot, or
Yeah.
cops running after me.
You already know. During break time, we'll be on the phone. Like, wait a minute, I know you from somewhere. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know how to act. But everyone, thank you so much. Lois, since you did not bring it in, you're going to take it up.
Thank you all for watching the Lois and Lamar TV talk show. We hope you'll stay tuned because we're coming back again real soon with another show designed especially for you and mine. Thanks for watching.
Bye, happy campers.
Thanks for having me on.
Have a great day.
Chris Hampton, Champ I Am. You can catch me on my Instagram, Champ I Am Speaks.
Champ I Am Speaks. You heard that, right? Holler at him. Great guy. And you already know who I am. Peace.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Have a great day.